just gave us assets that we actually own. Let me explain. I was sitting this week and thinking about the fact that now we have more ability to switch platforms. Previously, if we were built on Kajabi and we wanted to flip our platform, it would mean literally having to copy and paste or rebuild on another platform. It meant complicated hours of learning and transferring things over. But now with the help of something like Claude, we can take a HTML coded website that I give all my clients skills to build, and they can take that website, they can put it on another platform like Systeme, they can put it in their own hosting, they can put it on WordPress, Wix. Like, there are a ton of different ways that they now have one asset that they can move faster in minutes rather than days for a large majority of people. And this is something that no one is talking about. AI gave us the way to own our assets in a way that previously was unable for most of us to do unless you were super techie. But now non-coders and non-technical people with a little bit of training can have access to ownership of everything that they create. Let me give you an example. This week I was creating an affiliate custom GPT. I went back through all the trainings that I had done on affiliates and all the systems that I had been in as part of network marketing. I took those systems and those transcripts and I trained a affiliate custom bot to be able to answer questions for me, because this was the slowest bottleneck in my business previously, when I have to constantly keep answering the same questions over and over again. So what I did was I created an affiliate bot which is programmed to be completely compliant with all of the rules so that people are not making false claims, etc. But it's now able to answer questions so that I can say, that's an awesome question. Actually, I created this custom bot. Go and answer that. So one, it's giving us the ability to create assets that we own, like the custom GPT. And here's the amazing thing about that. That custom GPT is a series of knowledge files that I have created from transcripts, my own head, from previous trainings, etc. But those things can now transfer if I needed to go to Gemini, or if I needed to go to Claude, or if I needed to go somewhere else as technology advances. And this is what AI is doing for us. It's giving us platform independence. And you don't even have to be techie to do it, because everything that you see is built with simple voice commands. AI didn't just speed things up, it literally handed you a set of keys that used to belong to someone else and used to take hours to implement. So let's talk about the three things that AI is helping you to amplify, but also the three things that can protect you from any platform change, whether it be school, Substack, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, any of them. This is how we protect ourselves from a shutdown. One question I want to ask quickly is, what would happen to you tomorrow if your main social media platforms that were generating you money were to close down or to completely revolutionize the way that they do things, like school did recently? Would your business and your sales come to a stop? If they would, this training is so important. So let's talk about the things that platforms can't take from us if we transfer, and the only differentiator between us and other people now. Knowledge and information is becoming a commodity. Let's just be honest, that is the one thing that AI is going to replace. But your skills, your voice, and your assets are three things that AI is going to help you to magnify and not replace. Because here's the thing, AI can replace everyone's knowledge, but it can't replace the human-to-human connection. Those who have the skills, such as the skill to talk to people, like a communication skill, the presentation skills, those people are not going to be replaced, especially if they've taken the time to have AI as a backing to them. These are the people who are going to keep moving forward no matter what happens in terms of tech and AI. So let's talk about the skills that you can develop that travel to every platform and in every environment, because these are the same skills that you can use online and offline to generate business. So our first skill is communication. When you have the ability to talk to people and to build relationships with people, that is a skill that you can literally take from school to Substack. All of these different platforms have the way for you to be social. So for instance, when I moved to school from Instagram, I literally could get into groups, because here's the second skill, you need to know how to find your people. I literally could get into groups who had a list of my dream clients already gathered. So two skills. I can work on the group owner, but I can also work on all of the people who are interacting in their group by being a genuinely good human who knows how to communicate. Now, the other skill because there are a lot of people who are super good at communication, but they're terrible at the conversion part of communication. So the next level of that skill is learning how to have conversations that convert, learning how to lead people in a way that's authentic and natural, not spammy, not salesy, not pimpy like, but being able to lead people so that you can take them from communication, like in the comments, to maybe a DM, to conversion. And these are skills, when you learn them and you develop them, they are skills that are portable. They can go with you through any platform, whether it be online or offline. And no algorithm change removes this skill from you. So these are skills that you should be working on every single day to get better at. For example, this week I bought a singing course. One, because I actually can sing. You probably didn't know it. But two, because it allows me to breathe better. It's going to teach me to breathe better, which will help me in my communication and in my presentation skills. So the platforms that we are on, whether it be school, Substack, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, they are just a room that we're in. And the rooms change. Let's just be honest. The rules are going to change in a way that sometimes we don't like. Now, we have the ability to complain about it, or we have the ability to create assets that we can now flip to the next one, build the next one, flip it as we need to do. The skills are what converts. So when we get good at skills of conversation building, of human connection, of networking, these are skills that no platform can take from you, and we need to be constantly working on building the skill first. The next thing that no platform can take from you is your voice. Now, this is your methodology, your stories, your way of doing it, your knowledge, your way of executing it. No platform holds this in the order that you hold. No algorithm can remove it from you. No platform can take it from you. When you have your voice, and more importantly, when you program AI with your voice, now you have a superpower. Because when you're programming AI with your content brain, but you're also programming it with the way that you speak, now you can write presentations faster. Now you can write a YouTube video faster. Now you can write content for social media faster. Because here's the other thing. You can program your voice into a system. So for example, that AI affiliate bot that I created has my voice style sheet written into it, so it sounds like me. It's encouraging like I am, as an example. I have skills that have my methodology, my way of hooks written into them, but they're an Instagram skill, they're a YouTube skill, they're an artifact creation skill. These things, they take only a little bit of extra time, because when you've had a chat with, say, Claude, for instance, you can say to Claude, turn this into a skill. You can say to GPT, remember this conversation. And now you can keep drawing on that knowledge moving forward. So this can be three things. This is how you teach. So your frameworks, your point of view, your stories, because we have in the content brain, we create a story bank too, so that AI has things to pull from. It's not just hallucinating things and making them up. It could also be pulling from metaphors. We have what you believe, so your opinions, your values, your lived experiences. These are all things that AI can never take, and these are the things that are going to continue to keep work moving forward. And then, of course, we have how you show up and where you show up. So you might be consistent, for example, for 3 months, 6 months on Instagram. Then you realize Instagram isn't actually bringing you clients. You gave it a good chance. It's not one that you love doing. I hate Instagram. So then we just flip, because we have all the systems that we can now take, and we can move to LinkedIn. We might have to change the way that something is written to suit a different platform. We might have to put that platform's rule in it, but now we have a system that can now help us to create drafts for LinkedIn, but it's the same system that maybe worked for Instagram. So your voice is your methodology, your genuine voice speaking, your experiences, your stories, your way of doing things. And when you document that voice into voice style sheets, because you have different voices based on where you are. For instance, my Instagram voice and my YouTube voice are different. My coaching voice and my training voice are different. When you have all of these knowledge files, you literally can flip between platforms as needed. So I created a custom GPT, but I can also use the same style sheet to create skills for my business. And this means that your voice can now exist but on any platform, because you have the thing, and all you need to do is take the knowledge of how that platform works and plug it in, and boom, you can transform. Your voice is literally the only thing that AI cannot replace and no platform can own. When you have these systems and you have the playbooks and you have the content brain and you have your story banks, it literally can go onto any AI model, no matter which one becomes the best in the future. And you don't have to spend hours trying to program it again, trying to download chats from, Chat GPT to move it to Claude, etc. And then the final thing is what we've been talking about, creating assets that are portable, that are exportable, that are yours. These are things that exist outside every platform that you always have. So for instance, when we used to create websites, I would have to go in and I would have to drag sections across and I would have to write a whole bunch of sales copy. Now I have a Claude skill that is programmed with the 8-figure content writing systems that I learned. It's programmed with the conversion psychology of a sales funnel. It's programmed with when it needs a short one, when it needs a long one. But this skill, I can literally do a voice dump of what a new offer is to this skill, and it can build a HTML file for that website. The amazing thing is I can put that HTML file just straight into my hosting. Like if you have WordPress, I can put it into Systeme because it allows me to automatically grow my email list. It's an all-in-one platform. I'm now no longer dependent on any platform. If Systeme was to jack up their prices tomorrow, guess what? I can get a simple hosting that's like $7 a month, and I can transfer my website to there in minutes because the HTML file is something that's transferable between all platforms. And here's the amazing thing. This exists in a way that it never did before because I don't need to understand HTML. I still to this day cannot get my head around HTML coding. It's something that I'm still trying to learn, right? But guess what? Claude, ChatGPT, they know how to code. So you can then go in at any point and you can tell Claude to change the HTML. Not only that, you can take that HTML file, it can become a template for other things that you want to create. It can become a template that you use throughout your system. Or you can simply use the skill that I built, which is a Claude skill, to run that template every single time because it's programmed. So these are systems that we are transferring. No matter what platform you are on, you can also have your email list as a CSV file. The amazing thing is I can take a CSV file from Claude. I can take a CSV file from Systeme. I can take a CSV file from school, from Substack. I can give it to Claude and Claude can keep updating my CSV file. And if I decide to change platforms or I want to upload it into Systeme, I can do that. But everything now becomes an asset that is not platform dependent. That CSV file can be uploaded to any platform in the future that I decide that can send email. It is your most important portable asset too, and one of the ones that most people don't protect. Now, the next thing, a skill file is literally a bunch of knowledge files. It's me having a conversation with Claude, and it creates what's called a markdown document. And a markdown document is literally just a document written in a way that AI and any tech can read it. But now that markdown document, I literally, with my affiliate bot, when I was creating the content version of it, I gave it a markdown document, so a Claude document in ChatGPT, and that told it how to create realistic camera style photos for those people to use when they're promoting my program. It's a Claude skill that was now able to be used on ChatGPT. I have also gone to Gemini and I've said I want to do further research on my perfect avatar. Here's the skill file with my perfect avatar. Go to Reddit groups, go to YouTube, etc., and give me a messaging optimizer file. And it's gone through with a Claude skill and it's given me messaging optimizer based on what it found people were saying in Reddit groups, threads, etc., right? Podcast audio, video files from courses. Let's just be honest, people don't watch. A large majority of people, like 90+%, will never watch your course. However, if you have the video file and you can get the transcript, and now you can take that transcript and program like a custom GPT as an example. And now they have an interactive tool that they can be working with because it answers like you, because it has your voice style sheet, but it also has all your knowledge. So instead of them spending hours hours watching videos, they can literally just go backwards and forwards with a custom GPT and learn it as it's relevant to them, especially if you've taught them how to put their content brain, their goals, etc., into that AI platform so that when AI answers them, it has that knowledge to start with. So if Claude and ChatGPT become obsolete, it's not going to matter to me because those files will literally just move to the next tool. HTML as a format is something that every platform has used. Websites right back to 1990s were written in HTML. So it is a thing that you can download, export it, back it up as a file. You own it. And if you have to build on another platform, you literally can just put it on the other platform easily, or you can get Claude to help you to put it on the platform easily. So again, you're not limited and you're not renting any of the platforms you are on. Because honestly, the business owners that are surviving right now are not the business owners with the biggest anything. They are the business owners who understand platforms change because at the end of the day, their platform, their rules, and they are now creating systems that can move with them if they need to move, or they are now creating systems where they can voice command it and boom, it can do everything that it was created. This whole artifact that you are seeing here was literally a voice dump that I did this morning over breakfast, and it's now created something that I can give to people as a lead magnet. I didn't have to spend hours in Canva. This is something that is simple. And then the last part of this is be ready. Literally every platform is going to change because they are focused on profits. They don't care about the people. That is just the honest truth. Be the person who sees the change and moves fast. Now, you could be the person that waits, that complains about it, that hopes they're going to change it back, but that's not the way it's going to happen. If they've made a decision, very rarely do they bring it back, right? So you need to learn how to adapt fast. You need to either be the person who plays the player, like you know how to play the rules, or you need to just be the person who moves systems separately. Every platform that offers organic reach will eventually find a way to monetize it and lower organic reach. That's not cynicism, that is simple business. And knowing it's coming and preparing for it is what allows you to flip and not have your business reliant on that platform. And here's the honest truth. Gary Vee talks about this all the time. Early adapters, meaning the people on the platform first, win. So there's a school community that I'm in, and she grew rapidly, not necessarily because she had great marketing skills, but because she learned early on how to play school's platform rules. As a result, she got put at the top of their trending and close to the top of page one for them. And now she had the ability to grow at thousands of people a day. However, when school recently changed the algorithm, it's dropped her out of it because what she was doing is no longer what they want to do. And now she's not getting the people that she used to get. Now, it's upsetting. It's really frustrating. But it is the way it is. So we have to learn to either play the new game if that's what you want to do. If you don't have the headspace, then literally just change the platforms. And it's not about being anti-platforms. At the end of the day, Instagram, Meta, TikTok, they have their own rules and they have their own agendas, and that is their right because they are spending the money and investing the time and hiring the people to build that platform. But you need to know how to adapt fast and to move fast. Now, if you haven't watched it already, I did a training last week on adapting and platforms. This is where we need to start to think about that. Every platform that we are on is rented space. If you haven't watched that training, I suggest you go and watch that training. Have an amazing week, and that's it for now.